Alright, new day, new base. Still missing a few finishing touches, but if you quickly check out... If you have followed my content long enough, you have already seen this concept of a landmine stability trap. The basic concept is to place a landmine onto a twig half wall and then cover it with upgraded floor tiles. The landmine will trigger if somebody walks over it and destroy the twig half wall. Since in this design the half wall is carrying the floor tiles, the landmine explosion will cause the floor to collapse. Below, we can then hide traps to finish off victims who did not die from the blast. Since my channel has grown a lot since back then, I thought it's time to show you a fundamentally improved design. The advantages of the new design are threefold. It does not require an auto turret to finish off victims, it uses shotgun traps only. These traps are placed in a way that they cannot be drained and only one trap can be shot out. And the kill room can be closed from a safe spot. These advantages mean that it is as safe as possible to loot your victims and reset the trap. The design has gone through many iterations and live tests by friends of mine and myself, and it has proven to be ridiculously effective.
You're actually too smart for me, I applaud you then.
You enter the base through what looks like a breach from a raid. In the center we find the kill zone, which is completely covered by shotgun traps. The watch room is behind the glass window. Sit up there to record footage if you want. Though people may spot you up there, it never scared anyone away. On the opposite side we find the bait loot, which is visible from the outside. This room can be used to store items to make the base a little bit more self-sufficient. Up in the attic is where you can store all the good loot and where the bags can go. The attic further connects the back of the base to the watch room. The TC is tucked away in this corner where it's easy to place it early on. Close this garage door to prevent players from entering the base. The airlock hides a few more boxes where you can store additional loot in a non-obvious spot. For the build, find a spot with a light slope near to a place where you expect a lot of foot traffic. Take one square foundation and bury its upper left corner below the ground. Verify that you are able to place 3 more squares and 1 low triangle foundation. Place 1 elevated triangle foundation next to the first square foundation and verify that it's easy to jump onto it from the outside. Next, if you want to, double check that you can extend these foundations into an elevated 3x2 with a triangle honeycomb. The footprint should look like this. Next, build a compartment for the TC in this triangle. Next to this triangle, we build what will appear to be the base's airlock. In reality, we will use it for chests in which we can store materials for building, and more loot later on. Now, place walls all around the 3x2. In addition, close off the roof. This way we can work on the interior without getting jumped. Before adding the honeycomb, place a half-eyed triangle into this corner. It will later help to create and reconstruct the fake loot room. A single layer of wall should be sufficient for the honeycomb, as it's mainly there for appearance. Make sure to leave this last wall open. It's supposed to look like the breach of a raid. Now let's work on the interior. Start by creating an airlock behind the two double doors. You will need to use a garage door here. The elevated foundations will look like the old core of the base. Place items here that you think you might need, such as a locker to quickly gear up or a workbench to craft items. The other corner will be the fake loot room that will serve as bait for your victims. Add in 2 more roof tiles in the center, but leave the 2 corners open. If you care about observing your victims, for example to get video footage, place a shop front or a window frame with reinforced glass here. If you don't care about that, I recommend placing a solid wall here as it's less suspicious. A furnace placed right here will not only allow you to smelt metal fragments on site, but it will also allow you to jump onto the roof. Next, we build the collapsing floor to be able to place the wall in the corner and a door frame in the center for appearance. I already upgraded it, though it's not necessary at this point. Hop into the attic and place 6 boxes as shown. This should leave enough space for a few sleeping bags. Finally, in order to ensure that the victims die, place shotgun traps as shown. Optionally, place low walls to protect them from the blast. At least one shotgun trap should guard the bait loot in case victims run past the landmine. To get the base ready for trapping, place a landmine onto the twig half wall. Then cover it with floor tiles and upgrade them. Open the garage door and remove the outer double door. This way, people who pass by the base will see the bait loot from the outside. Now, sit back and wait. Once you trapped someone, first climb into the attic and close the garage door through the floor tile. Wait until it has closed, then jump down and grab your victim's loot. You can leave the door closed while resetting the trap. While the trap is set, you can still run in and out by staying close to the wall when walking past the landmine. To give you proof of the effectiveness of the trap, here are the highlights of when Old Fool, Prince Vids and I deployed this trap on one of the official servers.
I died. Maybe they'll come inside.
Yeah, don't worry.
They're inside, close. Yes! Close.
I'm closing it.
Did you get him?
Yes. Ooh, Thompson. Lupang. Wow, he had letters and a bow. Oh my god.
What the hell?
Yeah.
If you want to watch the full story, check out Prince Vid's live action video. The link is in the description. I hope you found that convincing. Have fun trying it out yourself. Until then, Evil Wurst, out.